previously.
Yes, I did know about that, yeah. And people were conjecturing whether I was the sort of granddaughter or great-granddaughter or great-niece. And I'm sure Stephen Moffat.
Well, I'm sure it's intentional.
Yeah, I'm sure it's intentional. I was never told whether that was the case or not, but I was. Yes, I am aware. Sergeant Osgood, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Moffat would, I'm quite sure, delight in using the name, but never actually saying whether they're related, because he knows that people are all.
And actually, because I googled the Sergeant Osgood, and he wears big black glasses, and so I wonder if my decision that day to wear those big black glasses in the audition, someone like Stephen would very much have appreciated that. I think that's exactly the kind of thing he'd have gone, that's the one. So that was sort of serendipitous, I think.
Lovely. So other than the fact that you had to take this thing off and be in pain, you're making the 50th anniversary. Sir John Hunt, 2 Doctor Who's. Was it a good job? Was it fun?
Yeah, it's one of those jobs that you're aware of as you're doing it. You're like, it's probably not going to get much better than this, ever. Which is unfortunate, because you're like, oh, it's all downhill from here. I just found out that John Hurt is a Derby man. He's patron of this building.
This is the John Hurt Cinema.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Which feels very appropriate. It was an extraordinary job. It was absolutely extraordinary. Because, I mean, David Tennant and Matt Smith together, and John Hurt, 3 of our finest actors. It was very exciting. And Gemma Gregory, who I've always been a fan of. And, just things like, again, we went for dinner one night and I was sitting next to John Hurt. And it was David Tennant and Matt Smith at the table. I was like, oh my God, I'm having dinner with all these people. And John Hurt told me off for ordering, I think, Pinot Grigio. He was disgusted. He was absolutely disgusted. Like, oh, dear girl, no. And then he ordered some unpronounceable wine, and I felt very foolish, and it was delicious. And so I learned, and he was amazing. He was 80, I can't remember how old he was, but he was in his 80s. And he was not well, he had bronchitis, I think, at the time, and we were filming at Dusty Studio, and he was extraordinary. He didn't complain or sit down, and they're long days, those filming days. You're sort of on your feet for about 10 hours. And he was less moany than the younger actors, frankly. Yeah, he was a pro.
Did you include yourself in that? Yeah.
Oh, I was a total whiny brat. Water, please. No, to be honest, I was so delighted to be there. I was very well behaved.
Do you know, as that question was coming out of my mouth, I realised that I was setting you up for, of course I was one of the younger actors, and I said, no, I meant.
Yeah.
Statistically.
I'm 21, if anyone's interested. Always lying, always be lying. Don't go walking. Don't go for walks, don't lie.
Don't have Pinot Grigio and don't say 21.
Exactly that. Thank you. You give me notes. That's very good. These are life skills, people. This is a very valuable talk.
So, were you given any indication at all at the time of we might be doing this again, we might have you and Gemma back?
None whatsoever. And in fact, no. And so I was absolutely delighted. And people had said, you might go back. And I was like, all right. Again, one of my life philosophies is you must always be prepared for disappointment. Assume the worst, and then when the best happens, it's a delight. So when I got a phone call to go back in again, I was thrilled. But then immediately so I got the script through. My agent rang when you're in it again. I was like, oh my God, brilliant. And then I opened the script and it's like, oh, Osgood dies on like page 10. I was flicking through, that can't be it, and it was. Oh, bloody hell. So I was delighted and then immediately disappointed. And then after that episode, which was, I think, was it Death in Heaven?
Yes.
I had no idea that I would be coming back.
So you got the script, Osgood dies, and actually I've just watched the Osgood, funnily enough, I've just watched the Osgood
well done.
Yes.
Research.
But when I was watching that one, I'd actually forgotten how little Osgood's in Death in Heaven, because they wanted to be the shock of she's been killed off quite quickly. But because she's in the other episodes, and I'm not just saying this, loves Osgood, you're watching it thinking, oh yeah, oh God, I'd forgotten she got killed off like that.
Yeah.
And it was quite a surprise to just come back for, let's say, 10 minutes.
Yeah, do you know what was extraordinary that night? I didn't watch it when it went out because I find it hard to watch myself on television. I can watch it after everyone else has seen it, then it's too late to do anything about it. I mean, it's too late to do anything about it anyway. But I think I was out at the pub with some friends and I got a text from my agent saying, oh my God, Osgood is trending on Twitter. So when that episode went out and she got killed, loads of people were going, oh my God, Osgood. And I was so shocked and really touched actually because, you know, Osgood wasn't in the 50th that much. It wasn't, you know, it was a lovely part, but it wasn't sort of, you know, she wasn't in it all the way through, and she was, killed off very quickly in that episode. And for people to even know what her name was, it was so touching to me, and it was amazing. I was with my friends at the pub going, oh my God, I'm trending on Twitter, and we were laughing about it. But one of my favourite things was a video of a kid, and he sort of films himself watching Doctor Who episodes. Have you seen those? And they film themselves reacting to the episodes, and he filmed himself reacting to Osgood's death, and he was like crying and screaming. I was like, oh my God, I felt quite bad.
I find time fascinating those things. I've watched bits of some. I could watch a sad episode of Doctor Who, but I think sometimes watch when it's proper, genuine emotion, and not people going, oh, look at I'm filming myself.
Yeah.
Some of them are a bit drama. But the ones who are actually watching it and bawling their eyes out, and you go, no, that's a genuine. I find that, oh, I can't watch that. More than I couldn't watch the sad thing that they're watching.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing their actual emotion.
Yeah, oh, interesting, yeah.
But I hadn't thought about it when you said it like that, because people really took to Osgood straight away from the special. But of course you're right, and there's a lot of things that overshadow a new character. It's about a new Doctor. Billy Piper's come back. There's lots of all these big hitting things, but people still took away from the special. They like that. She's and then, obviously, we're talking about her being killed off. So again, you weren't told, but there could be.
No, I wasn't, and at that episode, because that was when I first got to work with Peter, and I was, oh my goodness, I am such. Sorry, I just come back from Spain looking after my brother's children. I've got mosquito bites everywhere. They're absolute agony, so if I'm itching, it's not because I've got fleas. Because The Thick of It was one of my favourite programmes of all time, it still is. And Peter Capaldi in that was, formidable. And so when I was so excited to work with him and Michelle Gomez, and so the first scene I filmed with Peter, I think, was us in the Air Force One. Is that what it's called? The equivalent of Air Force One. And he's sort of in my face, and I'm sort of doing science bits and taking apart Missy's I don't know what it was. We didn't know what it was at that point. Doodah. Killy thing. She killed me with it. And I just remember seeing Peter's face like that close. I was like, oh my God, it's Malcolm Tucker. Oh my God. And being really sort of slightly intimidated and scared. And so just, we filmed that. We filmed the scene when Michelle Gomez kills Osgood, or Missy kills Osgood rather. Michelle Gomez kills Osgood. I've got to stop doing that. Get very confused between characters and real people. Although Michelle Gomez is more than capable of killing someone. So I had such a good time on that one, because I actually got to do scenes with people. And so we wrapped and we finished, and I sort of went up to Peter and was like, oh, it's really lovely working with you, such a shame that it's over, and I love this show. And he said he knew at that point that I was coming back.
He told you later?
No, exactly. He told me later that he knew. So he sort of hugged me, and he felt really bad that he couldn't tell me that I was coming back. But he had to keep it a secret, yeah.
But as the death scene is, I think, absolutely brilliant, because Missy, you as a viewer, you want to watch Missy doing terrible things. As a viewer, you don't want anything terrible happening to Osgood. So you watch, and it's, oh no. And I genuinely went, oh no, she's going to die. Because, now that she said that, oh. And then when you, I was going to say you, let's not confuse people. Then Osgood starts doing but I could be useful. And I could be, she's actually going to talk herself, oh no, she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
But it's an amazing, because you're reacting to everything, every change.
That scene is electric, actually. It's a really brilliantly done, and also I have to say Michelle Gomez is just phenomenal. Even in the read-through, which is like in a brightly lit room, almost this size, with loads of people in it, you know, and execs going through the script. We did that scene together, and she was sitting on the other side of the table, and she sort of stared at me, and she was whispering, and actually, even just thinking about it now, I get goosebumps. I was terrified, and this was us, as you know, just doing a read-through. And so when it came to doing the actual scene, the brilliance of her is you never know what she's going to do next, because she does it differently every time, which Peter does as well, actually. So for an actor, when you're working with someone like that, it's a gift, because you can't just do the thing you rehearsed. You have to react in the moment to what they're doing. And she comes from a clowning background, and so clowning, it's a very physical. She approaches her roles quite physically, so that everything is alive, if that makes sense. Because a lot of actors it's all like, oh, keep completely still, it's all in the face, but she's like, her whole body is involved with it, and those eyes are sort of terrifying. And I was genuinely scared. I'm not even joking. And also because I found her quite intimidating. I think she's amazing, and you know, we're friends now, but I found her intimidating hugely, because she looks. Those eyes, they bring you in. Like Peter's eyebrows. That was a tough day. Looking at Peter's eyebrows and Michelle Gomez's eyes. So I felt scared, genuinely. So I can understand, from a viewer's point of view, that scene was so, I found it, you know, not the fact that I was in it, but electrifying to watch.
That's exactly, as a viewer.
Yeah. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I knew what was going to happen. I still didn't know what was going to happen.
So then you did come back for another one, which Peter knew, you didn't. But basically you're the companion, more or less, in that story, because Jenna's away being the villain. So you're the one who runs around alongside Doctor Who and helps them solve this. That must have been a bit of a treat.
That was amazing, yeah. That was good. There were a few things that I remember specifically from doing Doctor Who. The first time I ever got to say, Doctor! That was my first, oh my God, I'm saying it! I think that was in Death in Heaven. Was that Death in Heaven? I think it was Death in Heaven. Or maybe, either way, I remember thinking, this is a moment, I'm saying it. And then just things like him freeing me from being tied up in the Zygon lair. I was like, oh my God! It was so exciting. And yeah, it was, well, also, just a bit of background to that episode, my friend, I went to university with Peter Harness, who had written Kill the Moon prior to those two episodes. And he knew I was going to be, so at the screening of Kill the Moon, which I went to see, he knew he was writing a two-parter for which Osgood was going to be involved with, but he couldn't tell me either. Just a lot of lying going on in the world.
You can't complain because you.
No, I've done it myself. Exactly. Something happens to you, you become really sort of underhand. So he knew he was writing these episodes that I was going to be in, and he can tell me. So I got a really cryptic message from him on Facebook many months later saying, oh, well, maybe we'll be working again soon. I was like, together soon. I was like, what? What do you mean? And he never responded because he clearly panicked. Went, oh my God, oh no. Oh, yeah. So I thought, could I be? Is there a chance? And then, he wrote those. So like I'd known him for about 20 years at that point. So that was really nice that a friend had written those episodes.
Gave you a nice big part.
Yeah, and I jokingly, when I knew I was going to be in it, I wrote him a note saying, I want a monologue. I want a makeover scene, which would be really weird in Doctor Who. I was only joking, where she takes her glasses off and her hair. It's like, oh, it's Moneypenny. He didn't do any of those things, sadly.
Why am I so good? You're beautiful.
Yes, exactly. All of that nonsense. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice those episodes.
It's a very nice addition because by that stage, Capaldi's still very spiky, but he's got a lot of humour to him, and the two bounced off together really well, I thought.
It's that thing of, it wasn't difficult to play someone who's slightly in awe of him, because I was, and I am, and there is that relationship, slightly paternalistic, as he was on set. He's such a nice man, and so generous and kind. And there was a scene actually that didn't end up making the cut, which was in the Doctor and Osgood go into a shopping centre looking for a Zygon that has escaped, and we were sort of walking around the shopping centre with flashlights. And there was originally a scene where Osgood had talked about her sister, her dead sister, and it was actually a monologue, so Peter had delivered for me, but it was quite hard to do because we were looking for Zygons, so we were trying to be quiet, and I was trying to do quite an emotional monologue, and so it was quite difficult. But Peter was really kind and generally he was like, "Oh, maybe try like this." I thought, okay, and they ended up cutting it because it I don't think quite worked, but that sort of relationship was sort of naturally there off screen as well. But I found it very touching the way the Doctor liked Osgood. It was a very touching relationship, I thought.
So far on TV, that's it. What do you think Osgood would make of the new Doctor?
I would love Osgood and 13 to have a scene together. Just because, I don't want to go for the obvious reason that she's a woman, but I just think there'll be something brilliant about that. I'd love to do that. I'd love to see that, I think.
I think they've done exactly the right thing so far of mostly doing totally new things, and they've had a Dalek.
Of course,
they're doing totally new things. But at some stage, it'd be really interesting for characters who've met the Doctor before to meet the new Doctor, or for the companions to meet, say, the Paul McGann Doctor, but just for the clash of, I thought she was a woman, and that, just to get something more out of that.
Absolutely, and also, Osgood. Actually, although having said that, Unit had become much more of a female. There were lots of women. Unit in the last, I think, was it in Zygon? Well, Rebecca Front was like the head of the military. It was everyone doing the killing was a woman, which was thrilling. I like the idea. I just think, because it was Matt Smith. I think Osgood has like crush on him as well. I think there was that element of it, which was not at all anything I was feeling. And with Peter, it was a slightly paternalistic thing. So I'd love to see her with somebody who's similar age and also a woman.
And you could just imagine Jodie's Doctor saying, the first thing she do is give her a big hug because she's pleased to see it.
Yeah. And Osgood's not like that, actually. Exactly. And Osgood's a bit more like, so that would be a fun dynamic to play, I think.
Oh, I see it then.
Yeah.
Okay, then, so don't lie. No, do lie.
Also, Osgood's never been in the TARDIS, and that is her biggest dream. And so, because in the last episode, she got offered to go in, and she didn't. She chose not to, even though she really wanted to. And as an actor, I was like, I really want to go in the TARDIS. Someone let me in the TARDIS, please. That's another thing.
Did you go on it?
Oh, of course. When you go into Cardiff in the studios, there's big signs everywhere saying "Do not go on the TARDIS" and "Do not take photographs in the TARDIS," because it's a separate set. It's its own whole studio that's there permanently. But I immediately, I immediately did. I snuck off and I went into the set, and then I took a photo on it. Screw rules. I was absolutely beside myself with excitement. It was very exciting, yeah. So, yes, I have been on it. I've got pictures that I have to pretend that I don't have on my computer.
You're doing a really good job of pretending you don't have them, right?
Yeah.
How many people have tweeted that so far? Before I ask if anybody wants to ask any questions, I shall ask about Osgood's continuing adventures on audio. So did you just get some sort of contact of, we'd like to do these, Big Finish are interested in doing some more stuff?
The Big Finish, I had done before I'd done much at all on anything, as a green actor, young actor, I did a couple of parts on some Big Finish audios. One as a quite strident lieutenant. Can you say lieutenant? Can you say lieutenant? Lieutenant, thank you. And one was an alien that talked like an ant, which was mortifying. So I was aware of Big Finish, and they were lovely. I really enjoyed working with them because they're lovely people. And so yeah, after the series, I can't remember at what point in Osgood. It probably was after the final television episode, I think. Yeah, they said we're going to get a unit together and include some other actors. So me, Gemma, and Warren Brown, who I'd also known from before, and some other brilliant actors. Yeah, so I love it. I love the Big Finish. You here listens to Big Finish, just out of curiosity?
Of course.
Ah, lots. There we go. There we go. Well, and the others, why not? But yeah, Big Finish is great because you get to explore the character more fully. They have her doing also. I think the writers really enjoy writing for Osgood because they sort of like to try and make her flirt with people, or have people flirt with her and her have a complete meltdown.
Well, I think because there's the Osgood Josh,
Yeah.
James Joyce's character.
Which, if you know James Jones, we enjoy doing that because it's so utterly ludicrous. We're very good friends, but it's fun, it's funny. They're good days, those days, because we all stand in booths next to each other and sort of mess around quite a lot.
I worked with James last year at Audible. We were recording Dodge and Twist, it was called. It was Oliver and Dodger in their 20s, and James was there with Oliver. And so he had to be there all the week, and he was first seen on Monday morning, last seen on Friday afternoon, and the week simply wouldn't go on as well as James being there. He's just brilliant.
He's alright.
Oh,
It's quite annoying.
he's alright, actually, yes. I'll tell him.
Some of those, I wonder if they always threaten to release the outtakes because they are filthy. Mainly because of James. He's a disgusting human being. No, he's very funny. They're all lovely to work with. Yeah, I'm very lucky in that respect. I think we're going to keep doing them for the foreseeable. Yeah.
The length here happen, and I think you see that now.
Well, to be honest, what's been lovely is they sort of cross-pollinate some of the box sets. So I've got to work with Casey Manning. They got Joe Grant and Osgood together, which was thrilling. And then I've worked with Alex Kingston on a standalone, for International Women's Day, there's sort of a standalone episode with me and Gemma. And then I did with Big Finish a completely separate thing, which was called Transference, which was a one-off drama with Alex Kingston and Warren Brown. So they were sort of mixing up their actors, which is lovely. What a lovely thing to be able to do. The opportunity that you. Because we don't know what's happening with the television, as in I don't know if Osgood will ever make another appearance again, it's nice to have that life beyond.
No, because Chris Chibnall created Kate for TV, Kate Stewart.
Did he? Yeah. Was his episode, Power 3, was it?
Power 3 was by Chris. So it's very easy for him to bring Kate back, because he could, but it's just a case of, if we're going to do that, you then need to just say, well, Osgood was created by Steve Murray, you have to just do a deal. But there's the fact that there's a sort of in-loop of where we can have Kate easily anyway.
Just hang on. Is that how it works? Does Stephen own the character? Surely BBC owned Doctor Who.
Yeah, but I think there's also, they have to deal with the person whose script it was as well.
Got you. No, fair enough. It's all very complicated.
Yes, the BBC, I don't know. Who cares? Otherwise we'll just get complicated and we'll stop you happening. Let's make sure that happens instead.
If you can, that'd be great, thank you.
I can. Anybody can? You want to ask the questions there?
Were you aware of Doctor Who fandom before you came on the programme? If not, when did you first become aware of the wider fandom?
When did I become aware of Doctor Who fandom? I don't think I knew that things like conventions existed actually. Not really. I mean, I know people are huge fans of things, as I have been huge fans of things, and but to see it sort of coalesce under one roof by having conventions, I wasn't that aware of that world. But it's been amazing. Actually, one of the first introductions to it was that BBC did their own convention, and in London, and that was overwhelming. I had a bodyguard.
You've got one today.
I have. He's much prettier than the one I had in London. And although the one I had in London, there was one point where we were taken under the Excel building, and it was me, Peter, and Michelle Gomez, and we had our bodyguards. we were taking through the car park, and I was like, this is like Bobby Kennedy. I was like, I feel like an American president is about to get assassinated. And I said to my bodyguard, would you take a bullet for me? And he went, absolutely not. But there was a point where like a 5-year-old girl sort of came running up to me, and he was like, back off. And I was like, I think she's okay. I think she's probably not packing. But that was truly mind-blowing. And
Alan, would you take a bullet for her? Yeah.
Thank you. See, much better. Is the right answer. So that was the first time I was like, the size of it, the sheer magnitude of it was genuinely extraordinary and overwhelming actually. And it was lovely because I hadn't got a sense. That's when I got a sense of the fondness that people have for Osgood, and sort of seeing little girls dressing up as Osgood and stuff. That really blew my mind a bit actually, I have to say. And men, old men dressing up as Osgood, which was even weirder but brilliant. Yeah.
It must be, because obviously you're going, oh look, they've come dressed as my character, they like my character, you've got that. But also, somebody you think, they've come dressed as me. You've got that as well.
Yeah. There have been people that looked more like me, or looked more like Osgood than I do. Like, genuinely, you go, it's sort of weird, you do a double take, but no, I love it, because I'm a massive narcissist, so I love it. People dress as my character, and that's great. I wish more people would do it, actually. Is there anyone here? No one? Actually, there's not that much cosplaying going on here, is there anyone cosplaying today?
Oh, plenty.
In this room?
Someone's dressed as Missy.
Are you Osgood?
Anybody's got a costume any costume at all, stand up for the moment, just let's see who's dressed up.
We've got an Ace, we've got Missy, boo. Who's Davison, that's very good, that's very... Oh, hello. Yeah, hello. Oh, very good. No, but they're quite subtle, and I like, that's good. Because sometimes people really go for it, which is great, but it's...
Last year, there was a guy dressed as a Zygon.
Yeah, that kind of thing,
in the audience. Yeah. And I had literally no idea, and whoever, I think it was Mark Benton, I was sitting here, first panel of the day, Mark Benton, blah, blah. Have you got any questions from me? And I just, straight in my line of vision, having not noticed them at any point, was a guy dressed as a Zygon. That completely threw me.
Well, I mean, that's the ones I don't like when they've got the full face covering.
Could be anybody.
I don't like that. I love all the other stuff. It's just when it's full masks. I don't like that.
But it was because it was a good one as well.
Yeah,
Had this
unnerving.
Unnerving.
The guy who plays the main Zygon, Adrian, is one of the nicest men. Was it Aiden? Does anyone know? Aiden, thank you, Aiden. He's one of the most softly spoken, nicest men in the history of the world. And so when he comes on and does his Zygon thing, it's really disconcerting. Because you know this really nice man, very patient man, because you're in there for 10 hours, and it is so hot by the end of it. They give off this smell by the end of the day, because the rubber or whatever material it is that they use is quite pungent. I don't know how they do it, because it's kind of like all in one suit, and you can't really go for a wee. So you've got to be very patient, I think, to be able to do that.
There's a story of a guy who was in the 20th anniversary special. The Five Doctors wearing a skin-tight costume, and yes, he could have however they did it to let him go to the town. But then they would take a hairdryer just to make sure there weren't any marks. Because it's skin tight. And he says, if I went to the loo, people would suddenly then be pointing a hairdryer at me going,
oh goodness,
this is not a very nice position.
Yeah.
Glad I told you all right. Yeah. We'll have this last question.
You played two Osgood's on TV and on audio. Do you play different aspects any differently?
Very good question, which I'll repeat in case people didn't hear it. So I play two Osgoods on the television show, and in the audio, do I play them differently? Again, this is one of those things where Stephen Moffat in the television, hadn't specified which Osgood was which, so I didn't know. I made an assumption about it, actually, without realising, so I felt like I thought I knew. And I did, in my head, it did affect how I played it, but I don't think, it's not, you can't see it on screen, but I definitely felt a difference between them. But it was very minimal, because I couldn't make that choice in case Stephen went, what are you doing? That was the wrong one. So, and also that, you know, the point of the Osgoods were that they'd assimilated to the point, or they'd become, it was like a symbiotic relationship, so they, you know, they'd each sort of, you couldn't tell the difference.